I hope we at least met the low bar of no one pitching you on a new token that doesn't make any sense. But beyond that, what about asset layer? New digital, using the digital cloud enabled by blockchain more easily. You heard from Handcash, and hopefully you received some money from Handcash. Today, if you want to use micro and nano payments on the internet, there's no easier solution than Handcash today. You heard from Haste, you heard from DXS, you heard from a countless number of companies today that are not promising, something in the future that requires you or someone else to speculate on it. They're using this technology now today, and you can use it, you can enjoy it, you can maybe see someone else use the thing, and what they all have in common is taking advantage of micropayments, sending this penny to them instantly and basically for nothing, for about 1/10,000th of a penny. And we actually just modified the closing remarks because what we've seen today is more transactions recently on the Bitcoin SV network than ever before in history, really dwarfing other blockchains. So for those of you that haven't been so familiar with the Bitcoin SV ecosystem prior to today, I imagine seeing that it did 120 times the transactions as BTC in a given day recently, or 30 times the number of transactions of Ethereum might come as a surprise. And ultimately, during this day, there weren't really many issues that even occurred in terms of putting that many transactions on chain. So we expect this to look like relatively nothing in a few years after companies that are leveraging this blockchain get a lot more adoption. So we hope that we've demonstrated the potential of this technology today for you and the companies we think will be able to make it happen. And we hope today how it's clear that Unbounded is different from other funds and how the opportunities we're excited about is really radically different from what you see in the crypto world. While still a small fraction of the money in the space is going to companies solving real problems with scalable blockchains, we are confident over the coming years that that will flip, and the money going into tokens will flip to companies like you heard from today. And unlike these token investments, these are positive sum games where everyone can win. So Kurt said before, I don't really see how this is possible to happen anytime soon. And I would say, look at by my count, 35 to 40 different VCs or people that work for VC firms today, where their firms have no exposure to Bitcoin SV or the Bitcoin SV blockchain companies that are using it today, and they came here. Look at the hundreds of different founders and companies that are emailing me and my partners to learn more. Have any of the high-profile funds invested in one of these companies yet? Not really, but as long as they keep providing value, we are very confident that this is going to be something that goes from something that's overlooked to one of the hottest spaces, not just in blockchain, but in technology. So we're raising our second fund right now, which is already invested in some of the founders you heard from today. If you're interested in learning more, I encourage you to check out our website, unboundedcapital.com, read the books that we have that you can take on your way out, or come up to me and my partners that you heard from today and say hi. And how did everyone do on making a new friend or finding a new business opportunity? Raise your hand if you think you found one of those things. Okay, that's pretty good. It's better than I expected. Well done. So if you don't feel like you can answer both of these things with a hell yes yet, because some of your hands did not go up, we have at least another hour during the cocktail hour to make that right. And I encourage you to mingle for that entire hour. And if there's a specific founder or investor that you saw that you'd want an introduction to, feel free to come up to me and we'll happy to facilitate any introductions that make sense. And before closing this out, I want to thank the Unbounded team for their tireless work, not just in putting this event on, but over the years to get us to this point. So let's give a hand for the rest of the Unbounded team here. And let's give a hand for our speakers for making this event exciting and educating us today. And I want to thank our investors who have believed in us, of which doing this today would not have been possible. Yeah. Investors should get claps too sometimes, And lastly, I want to thank the founders, both here today and all over the world, that have given us the privilege of working with them. Without them and countless people that I didn't just mention, none of what you've seen today would have been possible. So thank you so much for coming. Unbounded is the manifestation of what I feel is my life's work and purpose, and I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to share with you what we're excited about today. And remember, micropayments, this can go anywhere. Thank you.